Okay, I just ordered this saw. It's a Craftsman 12 amp 16-inch blade electric chainsaw. And I'll tell you the reason why I bought this. I have a 10-inch, a Craftsman 10-inch. And you will not believe what have the trees this little saw cut, the other saw. And it's just a 10-inch. Well, I get the trees that are bigger, and I need a better saw, or a longer blade. Okay. What I like about electric, okay, the main thing, in a year from now or 2 years from now, I get ready to use this saw, it's gonna work. Okay? It's not gonna, I got a gas skill chainsaw. It won't start. The carburetor, I know what it is, the carburetor's gummed up. Okay? One thing about electric, when you start it, it's gonna start. I mean, when you plug it in, it's gonna, if it doesn't, this saw was $79.95. I got Amazon Prime, 2-day shipping, it come right to me. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. Of course, you got the blade and the guard. Okay. Pull this out the package. All right. You got the bar with the blade. Okay. Now that, and of course you got this little protector that goes on the blade. Set that aside. Okay, now here's the saw. And we got an instruction manual. Get the box out of here. And that's all you got in the box. Okay, there's the saw. That's a big motor compared to my little 10-inch. That 10-inch will cut like you would not believe. I amaze people when I show them when I can cut that little 10-inch. Okay. Now I have an extension for my 10-inch, and this saw would be pretty heavy on the extension. I think it's like a 10 or 12-foot extension, maybe for cutting branches. I don't know if this will fit on here or not, but this saw is a little bit big for that. I still can use my 10-inch. There's nothing wrong with my 10-inch saw. Okay. So this is pretty much it. I'm gonna figure out how to adjust it, and I'm gonna show you how I do this. That is a pretty good, pretty impressive size of the motor. Okay. A little something about the oil. Okay, it's got an automatic oil. Okay. Now, don't use used motor oil, even if you filter it. I wouldn't use it. It'll mess up your system. Now you can get the regular oil, bar oil, and it has something in it to make it stick better to the bar. You can get that, or you can use motor oil. Okay, this happens to be Amsoil 10W30, which I have a lot of. I use nothing but Amsoil in all my vehicles. This isn't a very expensive oil to be using for chainsaw. That's all I have. When I go to town, I'll pick up some bar oil. Okay. So another thing, on my little 10-inch, this little piece right here that you use when you're cutting with your saw and you need to bite in with your saw, this is metal. This part is metal. I noticed that right off the bat. My other one is plastic, and it works. Like that, a little saw is unbelievable what I can cut with. So I'm gonna shut off the video. I'm gonna go ahead and figure out all the adjustments and everything, and I'll get back and show you exactly what I've done. And we're gonna go cut a log. I got plenty of logs to cut. Okay, this is pretty simple. Okay. There's an adjustment wheel right here, and what it does, it tightens up your blade. And there's a little pin that the bar fits in. Okay, there's a pin on, there's a hole on each side of your bar. And anyway, there's a little pin. Let me say this. The reason why there's a hole on this side, so you can flip your bar over. A lot of people don't know that, and they don't do it. If you do a lot of, most of what you're going to do is down cutting. Okay, you're going to do up cutting too, but down cutting. So your bar is going to wear different from top to bottom. Okay. So what you do is, you flip the bar over. So that says Craftsman, and it's facing up. Okay. After I've used it quite a bit, I'll take it and I'll flip the bar over, and the little adjustment hole is going to fall right in place, and I can adjust this. Now when you go up on the wheel, it tightens the blade. You come down, it loosens the blade, and you can do this with the little cover on. It came with a little tie wrap right here. Okay, it makes it easier. It holds the blade in place, which is pretty neat. You don't have to cut this off until after you put it all together, or then you can cut that off. Okay, the blade. Just make sure the blade is in the chain is in the bar, I should say, and of course it goes around this spool right here. Okay, and then this simply just goes on over this. Okay. All right. You see, there's your little adjustment, and all you do is tighten this up. If you get it in the right place, yeah, you got to get over that little bolt right there. There you go. All right. Tighten this up. Now, another thing I want to say. I used to work in a shop and I repaired chainsaws years ago. Okay. All chainsaws were gasoline. Okay. And when I would adjust the blade, okay, the way I would do it, okay, let me cut this little deal off here. Like I said, it's a little tie wrap just to help you get it in there. It's not tight yet. Okay. Go down a little tighter. Okay. A little more. Okay, let's put that off of there. Like I said, all that does is just hold your blade. What makes it easier? You don't really need that. Okay, now the way I would tighten up, do my blades. Okay. Now these saws are easy to tighten the blade up. On my little 10-inch, all I do is pull the bar. Unscrew this, pull the bar, and tighten it up. Now you want your bar up. Okay. A lot of people don't know that, but you want your bar up. Again, this goes up, tightens the blade, down, loosens the blade. Okay? Now, what I would do, I would pull up. See how I'm pulling up on it? It pulls the bar up. If you can see the bar going up. Let me put it here and see. See the bar moving? Okay. Whenever you tighten up your blade, your saw, your chain, I should say. Okay, let me get around here. Okay, you pick up on the blade, on the chain, and that picks the bar up. Okay, then you tighten it with it in the up position. Okay, just pulling it back down. Okay, there we go. Now, then you tighten this up. You want your bar in the up position. Loosen this a little bit. Okay. There you go. You always want your bar up in the up position. Okay. And all you do is tighten it up with this. Now I'm going to put some oil in it. And we pretty much adjust it. I'll put some oil. It has a brake on it, by the way. I think it does. It should, yeah. If you get a kickback, this brake, so I can turn the blade down. Oh, I'm calling it a blade. It's actually a chain with the blades. Now I also sharpen my own. They're not hard to sharpen. I'll show you that. You want to keep your blade sharp. You never want to put it in the ground. If you're cutting close to the ground, if this gets down in the dirt, it's gone. No more. It won't be sharp anymore. Okay. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna put oil in it, and then I'm gonna go cut a log, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how to sharpen, the proper way to sharpen a chainsaw. I did it when I was working for the company that did it. We had our own machine. We had of course an electric machine that we sharpen blades. We charge like $15 a blade, and it doesn't take long to sharpen it. Okay. I do it now with a file. It's pretty easy. It's not hard. And a sharp blade will cut. A dull blade will not cut. All right, we'll hook her up and see how she's going to cut. These are some other chainsaws. This is a skill. It's got a 16-inch blade. Will not start. I'll tell you about it before. I'm going to have to change the carburetor, do something to the carburetor. That's why I'm going totally electric. This is a 14-inch McCullough. It's electric. Okay. It quit working. It's either the switch, probably just totally quit working. It's either the switch or the plug, which I need to get in there and take it apart and pull with it. Okay, this is my extension I had talked about earlier. Okay. Now this will not fit the new saw I just bought. It will not fit the 16-inch. And all you do, so you can control the saw from the handle. Okay, and this end fits on the saw. Okay, and then this plug, the saw plugs in right here. And then your extension will plug in on this end. Extension cord. And that, this has an extension. This will go way up even further. Okay. This is good for cutting branches and stuff like that too. It continues up. Okay. Goes up a ways. Okay. The 16-inch saw, this saw is a little heavy. This saw is a little heavy for that. It doesn't fit it anyway, which is good, because it's too heavy on the end of that shaft. Now, before you start your 16-inch saw, okay, I fill the oil with oil, okay. Then I'm going to take some of this AMS oil, which you can use your bar oil or whatever you got. I've already put some on the bar. But before starting it, before running it, just put a little oil on the bar and chain. Okay? Because it's dry. Before you even crank it, before you even plug it in and do anything with it. Now, something about adjustment. You don't want to put it too tight. Okay? See, that's just enough where I can pull it and it snaps back. If you put it too tight, you can wear out the bar and you can wear out the chain. Okay? If it's too loose, it's going to come off when you're trying to cut a big log. So you want to adjust it correctly. Now it's going to stretch after I cut a few logs with it. Okay, let me turn it on. Now, all right. It definitely sounds powerful, okay? So we're gonna cut this. As you see, I've been cutting logs. I got logs all over the place. I hadn't done the 16-inch yet, the new saw. Can you guess what saw cut all these logs? Look at the size of these logs. Look at the size of that log. Can you guess what saw cut all this? It's out of a tree. Okay, at an angle. What saw cut up every bit of this and did not dull the blade? You guessed it, not the skill. The skill needs a carburetor. Not the McCullough, it needs a switch. But the little 10-inch, my little 10-inch Craftsman. That's why I'm sold on these Craftsman. This is a little bitty thing. You would be surprised at what you can cut with it. Okay. So now I'm just going to use this for branches. So I can put my extension on right here. And I'm going to use the 16-inch for cutting bigger when I get to bigger meat, bigger logs. Now the little saw handled all this real good. But I went slow. I didn't go real fast. And I put a lot of oil on it. Okay. I put oil externally on the blade. And not relying on the oil. Okay. You can see we put up a lot of wood with that little 10-inch. Okay. A little 10-inch saw. We'll cut a lot of wood. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to see what this new bad boy here is going to do. All right. Let me hook it to the tripod and we're going to cut a log. Okay, let's see what she's going to do. Looks like it's gonna work. I don't know what size, that's probably 10-inch. Cut it with ease. Okay, it definitely works. Definitely works good. Okay, this is my little 10-inch saw that I was talking about. Really works great. I've cut a lot of trees with it. It's a little Craftsman. It's 10-inch. And it's old. I've used the heck out of it. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you how to sharpen with the little saw. Okay, the way I do it, let me get over here where you can see. You should wear gloves really anytime you're messing with these saws, because you start pulling on this chain and it's sharp. All I do is just take a marker pen. This one happens to be red, and I'll mark one of the blades, one of the cutting blades. Okay. And the idea of that is that's so I'll know where I'm at when I go all the way around, and I'll come back. Okay. Then you simply get you a file like this. Okay. And it's for chainsaws. And see the cross, if you can tell, there's a cross on here. Okay. That cross. Okay. It says 30 degrees. Okay, 30 degrees. This is a 5/32 saw. File, I should say. Okay, and all you got to do, okay, is you notice on a chainsaw, one blade is going one way, the other blade is going the other way. They're going opposite directions. So the red one happens to be in the right direction for me to follow from here. Okay. So all I do is, okay, okay, I'm going to take every other one, the red one, I'm going to take this one, okay. Now all I do is hold this at a 30-degree angle to the bar, okay. See, that's 30 degrees to the bar, okay. And then I just push it and it's following, okay. It's that simple. Then I miss one, and I go to this one right here. Okay, there I do the same thing. I hold it at 30 degrees, and I might go 6-7 times, and I keep doing it all the way around. I keep going in the same direction, and when I get all the way around, oops, not the camera. When I get all the way around, I'm going to be back to the red one. And remember, I started right before the red one, so the red one will be the last one I'll sharpen. Then I just turn the saw around, okay, and starting from my red one. Okay, now, as you see, every other one is facing in the direction where I can saw it from here. Holding it at the 30 degree, hold it at the 30 degree mark, and you file. Okay. You file each one at 30 degrees. And then you do the same thing. You keep rotating. When you get back to the red one, you've got all the teeth filed. And that's how simple it is to file the chainsaw. But keep it at 30 degrees. Remember, the line is even with the bar. There's a line on each side. But the 30 degrees is even with the bar as you file. Okay. That's how we file a chainsaw.